game room. Thought we would just hang out and chat a bit. And yeah, that's the plan. We got the game room all fired up. Let's turn the camera around here. We got Final Fight on the TV here. We got Simpsons Streets of Rage going on the CRT. Of course, we got Metal Slug going on in the arcade cabinet. And we got some Dragon's Lair going. So let some people come in to chat. We'll hang out. We'll chat. We'll share some pickups. We'll play a little Streets of Rage. Now this is Streets of Rage 2 Simpsons edition. It's a Streets of Rage 2 hack. And I thought that might be kind of fun to play. So yeah, there's no real agenda here. I've got some pickups to share with you guys. Here, let me turn the camera around here. There we go. And we're just gonna kind of hang out, see what you guys are up to. Let's see, let me bring up chat so I can see what you guys are. Let's go top chat. All right, there we go. I should be able to see now. So yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? What's going on? Are you guys playing any games? I'm definitely gonna, you guys let me know what you want me to play. I could play Final Fight, I could play Simpsons Streets of Rage, I could play on the Neo Geo arcade cabinet. No real set plan here, a little more informal than some of my streams on Twitch, where I always have kind of a plan. This is just kind of hanging out in the downstairs game room and chatting with you guys and seeing what's going on with everyone. We got 2 people watching. Hopefully, I'm not seeing any chat here. You guys may just not be chatting. Let's see. I don't know. Well, hopefully I can see chat if it's coming in. I'm so used to streaming from the PC. Streaming on the phone's a little bit different. Will someone write something in chat just to make sure I can see it? Oh, I'll make sure I'm not missing stuff. There we go. Nice. Ditch Doctor Gamer in the house. Cool. Hola, bro. Hope you're having a good night. Hooked up to Genesis. Nice. And you played some old school Sonic. Oh, wow. There you go. Good job, Ditch Doctor. That's cool. That's always fun. Can't go wrong with a little Sonic. I was playing those on Twitch a while back. We got through Sonic 1, 2, and 3, all on stream. Okay, I remember this from when I streamed a few times before on my phone that I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just switched it so I can see all the chats. 1, 2, 3, Gamerman. Nice. I'm glad I caught this. Yep. Caught me live. The rare moment when I'm live on YouTube. So yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm just this is more of an informal stream. I'm doing the streaming on Twitch where we kind of have a plan. We sit down and I got that all set up with the overlays and everything, and we're playing games. But I thought it'd be fun once in a while to just hang out in the downstairs game room, chat with you guys, see what you guys are up to. Here, I'm gonna switch camera here, just in case you missed it. Let's switch to the forward camera. There we go. So I'm downstairs. We got Dragon's Lair going on here. Of course, Metal Slug, classic. Gotta love some Metal Slug. And then I had Simpsons Streets of Rage 2 going on here, but I think something with this cart here, it's a hack. So sometimes it just kind of resets itself. So I don't know what the deal with that is. But this is kind of fun. It's, Streets of Rage 2, but Simpsons edition. And then, of course, Final Fight here. So, yeah. Hanging out. Okay, there we go. So you're hooked up to Sega Genesis, huh, Ditch Doctor? Very cool. Did you hook it up to a modern TV or old CRT? Both are good, but if you went the full CRT route, that's pretty awesome. Find any good deals late? Yeah, I was going to share some pickups. We could do that. So Leaf and I went on the hunt this weekend, and I'm not going to share all the pickups because you guys got to wait for that video. But I did get some pickups. I have 2 of them here that I can share with you guys. 2 Sega Genesis pickups. So now these weren't like crazy garage sale deals. These were, we went to video game headquarters and slightly below eBay. So they were at decent little prices. but they're both complete. They're both in good shape. So we got Hook for the Sega Genesis. So there we go. Here, I'm going to switch the lighting out in here so you can see a little bit better. Let's go to the standard white light. There we go. That's probably a little better. There we go. So yeah, Hook. So that's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing this. All right, Ditch Doctor CRT. Toshiba DVD VCR combo. You live in the boondocks, so the 2-hour round trip. Wow, well that's dedication. Good job. Picture's awesome. Yeah, it makes such a difference, doesn't it? Hey, Lady Foxfire, how's it going? Thanks for joining chat. So yeah, there's Hook, and it's complete. It's in good shape. And that was, I forget how much it was, like $25 or something like that. So, you know, not too shabby, in such good shape. You know me, I like my Sega Genesis, so I wasn't complaining there. So how heavy was that Toshiba? I mean, I've got, in front of me here, I've got the 27-inch Sony Trinitron. And I swear, moving this thing around is an absolute nightmare. It seems like everything down here is really heavy. It's like the Neo Geo cabinet behind me. Just moving it from one corner to the other was a pain in the butt. Okay, good. That's actually a good size for a CRT. We have a little 19-inch upstairs, and that's so much better. I like that much better. I don't know why it does this. Always it seems like the chat likes to disappear on me. I'm gonna have to find a setting for that because it pops up and then it disappears. It drives me crazy. Doing great. Hope you're both back, or happy you're both back. Oh, we're happy to be back. It's been wonderful. I'm loving making content again, and Leaf's having a blast, so it's been a real positive. And then the other pickup that we got that I'll share with you before, the On the Hunt. Wednesday is the new On the Hunt episode, and that should be a fun episode. I just finished editing it, posted on Wednesday at 7, but 2 of the pickups are Hook, and then we got this one, which I'm really stoked on, Super Smash TV. Twin stick shooter, Eugene Jarvis for the Sega Genesis. It's complete. It's in good shape. So yay, 2 good Sega Genesis games for the collection. That shelf is looking pretty good these days. That's kind of been, you know, my main focus for a while now. There's a lot of games that I want for the Sega Genesis I still don't have. And I'm just trying to check them off the list one by one. So that's 2 of them. You guys get any good pickups lately? What other games do you have for your Sega Genesis, Ditch Doctor? You got the Sonic. Did you play the first one? Is that the one you played? Well, what should we do, guys? Should we play a game while we're down here? What's the vote? What's chat say? We could play 123 Gamerman says, I love Hook. Smash TV is fun too. I recently came across that Rare Zombies Ate My Neighbor variant box. Hey, very cool. That's great. Okay, this chat's driving me crazy. I gotta fix this. Let's see. Well, that'll be on my to-do list. It's been a while since I've done these live streams, so to-do list. Figure out why my chat disappears. And then get a lot of, you got a lot of 127 SNES games? Wow. Congratulations, that's huge. That's amazing. That's quite the lot. That's exciting. Way to go. Any good, like, what kind of titles were in there? This doctor says, yes, Sonic 1 through 3, and then you have some more commons like Street Fighter, etc. No heavies. But no, that's all good stuff. Street Fighter and Sonic 1 through 3. Just Sonic 1 through 3. You can have a lot of fun with those 3. So that's awesome, man. Very cool. Okay, so what's the vote, guys? You gotta have a little gameplay here. Simpsons, Street Fighter, or no, Simpsons Streets of Rage. So it's Streets of Rage 2, Simpsons Edition. There we go. Final Fight, Neo Geo, Arcade Cabinet. What sounds good? What's chat? What's your vote? So yeah, we got some more pickups too. We have a pretty good lead from that last On the Hunt. Someone, Streets of Rage 2, Simpsons Edition. All right, good pick. I think that's good too. I think we should do that. We were out, you remember, I don't know if you guys saw the last On the Hunt, but we were out and about and some lady said, hey, I've got PlayStation games, I've got NES games, I've got all this stuff, and I'm gonna call you. And we were thinking, oh wow, this is gonna be an amazing find. Well, that lady never came through, but the same thing happened on this last, we went this weekend on the hunt, and the same thing happened, except this was even better. This lady, you guys are getting a little sneak peek because this is all in the episode coming up on Wednesday. She says, there's no games out. We were at a garage sale, Leaf and I. There were no games or anything out and about. And I said, hey, do you have any video games? And she's like, well, first of all, I love your shirt, because I was wearing my Prince shirt. She's like, he's like my favorite. I'm like, oh, cool, right on. And she says, I have all that stuff. I've got NES games that are in the box. I've got Ninja Turtles. They're in their original packaging. I've got, what'd she say, Power Rangers. They've never been opened. And I have original Pokemon cards. And something else too. What did she? Game Boy games. That's right. And all the systems and stuff. And I'm hearing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And of course, I'm getting very excited. I'm like, okay, so I've got a nice little stack of cash here that I want to give you. Can I go through and can we look at this stuff, please? And you got to always ask 1, 2, 3. That's the key, I think, to our garage sale success. 90% of our best scores, you go to a garage sale and there's no games out. And even if you don't think you should ask, that's when you should ask and say, hey, do you have any video games? Start listing off the systems, because it triggers memory. Because some people, sometimes you say video games and they don't think of their Game Boy or whatever. And that's where our best deals have been from. So she's like, well, I'm not sure if I want to sell all this stuff. I'm kind of attached to it, but I've been thinking about getting rid of it. And I asked my son if he wants any of it, and he said he didn't want it. I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting. And so she says, so I'll tell you what, give me your number and I'll call you. Okay, so in the last episode, you guys in the chat said, make sure that if that happens again, you get her, you get her number as well, so you can bother her. I'm like, yeah, that's good advice. So this time I'm like, can I get your number? And like, is it okay if I call you and bother you about this? Because I'm a local collector and I would love to add the stuff to my collection. And Ditch Doctor says, always ask and wear a Prince shirt. Yeah, makes you look like less like a total reseller. I told her that too. I'm like, this stuff is going in my personal collection. These are all like my favorite things that you're listing off. And she said, yeah, that's important to me. And I want, I like this and I'm going to call you for service. So anyway, she didn't call me. I called her today. I was editing video. I'm like, okay, I probably should call her. And I did. And says, I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't been feeling very well lately. My plan is this weekend, I'm going to sort through everything and see what's what. And I will 100% call you. So fingers crossed, guys. She's a really nice lady. And, if it's true, like she has NES games in the box, that's going to be quite the epic score potentially. And like she said, original Pokemon cards. So if that actually is like original, that would be pretty insane. So I definitely, fingers crossed, that's for sure. Okay, guys, we're going to play some Streets of Rage 2. Now, we're going to try this out. Now, again, when I'm streaming on Twitch, I've got this all fancy with overlays and everything, and the quality is really good. I'm just going to be switching the camera over. Hopefully the picture quality from the CRT is all right, because sometimes with the refresh rate, that throws it off a little bit. If not, we can transition to the big screen if it's unbearable and just play it, emulation or something instead of off the original card. Because, I feed it through a RetroTink to the PC, and the image quality is really good. Lady Foxfire says, I've asked friends who ask me about gaming stuff, and I get free SNES and NX consoles and some games here and there. Yeah, that's, when you tell your friends that you are into gaming, that happens. I do that with family and stuff, and they've hooked me up before. Ditch Doctor says, I missed on a Super Scope and box by 10 minutes on OfferUp for $20. Yeah, I have the worst luck with OfferUp and Craigslist and all that. You got to be like on that, like refreshing. I don't know how they do it. I think they have alerts and stuff set up, because I never catch that stuff in time. But that's the way to do it. Yeah, you can get some good deals. I mean, right there, Super Scope 20. Hey, Blink. All right. What's up, man? How's it going? Awesome. Thanks for joining the chat. Yeah, we're streaming on YouTube for a change. That I do all this streaming on Twitch, I want you guys to not feel left out on YouTube. So yeah, we're hanging out in the game room, no real plan, shared a couple pickups. We're gonna play some Streets of Rage Simpsons edition, and we're chatting, talking about pickups. What about you, Blink? Any pickups lately to share? I know you were sharing stuff on your last stream that you got, and I know you said you were going to go thrift storing, I think the last time I talked to you. So did you have any success with that? Find anything good? Hopefully. Okay, so let's give this a try. Ditch Doctor says, I like Twitch, just haven't gotten used to the format as of yet. Yeah, it's a totally different experience than YouTube. It took me getting a little used to it. I mean, we've been making just the straight like standard videos for so long that that's kind of what I'm used to. But it's been really fun. I like it. I like the community aspect of it. Just that one-on-one, actually being able to chat live with people is entertaining. You definitely get more of a sense of people when you do it that way. And then we got, hey, what's up, bros? Hey, COE, how are you? And Leaf. I am doing very well. No complaints. I'm doing excellent. And Leaf is doing great as well. She's watching game shows in the other room at the moment, which makes her happy. She's a happy camper. She loves her game shows. And she got a, I won't say what it is. I'm trying not to spoil all the On the Hunt pickups in this live stream. But if I do live streams on occasion, and we've gone on the hunt, I'll share a few of them just so you guys can get a little inside. But she got a puzzle game for the DS, which you guys know she loves her puzzle games. And then when Garrett Full, hey man, how's it going? What made you decide to come back? Well, I missed it. That's what I missed it a lot. And I just missed making content. I missed the community. I missed sharing my pickups. I missed doing it with Leaf, making the videos, doing our little thing and having those interactions together. So yeah, we, decided, yeah, now's a good time. We'll come back and start making content again. And I'm glad we did because we're having a great time with it. It's such a positive, TGH has always been like a major positive aspect of our lives for the last 5-6 years or however long it's been. So, a lot of things kind of led to us saying goodbye there for a while, like several different factors all at once. And so with all that stuff behind us, it was a good time to come back. And at the time, I didn't think we were going to come back, but we did, and I'm glad we did. It's been great. I feel refreshed too. When you make content for a long time, the actual, I like the whole experience of it, except editing can be a lot. It takes a long time. That's kind of the one thing with the YouTube, like as far as how much time it takes. So it's finding a balance, work-life kind of balance is real important. So, but with one video a week every Wednesday, no problem. I usually knock out those edits on the weekend, and it's great. So yeah. I wish this chat wouldn't disappear. This doctor says, we missed y'all. Such a chill channel that still has deep heart and love for the hobby. Wow, or deep heart for the hobby. There we go. Thank you, Ditch Doctor. That's really nice of you. I couldn't imagine, but it's appreciated, brother. Yeah, well, thank you. You guys really make me want to continue making content. Everyone's so nice. I've said this before, but 6 years ago, before we had ever done YouTube, all we did, we had like the upstairs game room, and we watched content creators like Metal Jesus and CJR, and that was kind of our understanding of the space. And I was hesitant to do YouTube 6 years ago because I was like, well, people online can be like brutal. But that has never been the experience with TGH. You guys are amazing. You've always, from day one, been so supportive and so positive, and I absolutely love it. And then just a comment. I'm sorry, I keep touching the screen here, guys. It's just what's going on. For my videos, I've trained myself to just get one take. That's impressive. That's not usually how we operate, which you can see in the bloopers. But that's good. Yeah, that's good. we've gotten better at it, you know. Now we just kind of don't worry about it too much. Like this is a good example of this live stream. Like I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of going with it. So it is what it is. And we've gotten faster with our on the hunts of just kind of going with it and having fun. And then Blink says, how many hours of editing in the average? I spend an entire day. It takes me a whole day to edit. That's like I basically an entire day. I wake up and I start editing. And same with the TGH show, which is our new series we're doing for Extra Life Charity. That's even more of an edit. That's the most complex editing project that we've had on the channel yet. Now, hopefully a lot of that was because that was the first episode and I was creating templates and stuff. I think that should get better. Lady Foxfire says, yeah, that's hard to do. Yeah, it sure is. So Lady Foxfire, yeah, you've got the YouTube channel up and going now. So congratulations on coming back, by the way. And then Bros, do you have a YouTube channel? I need to check it out if you do. Feel free to self-promote a little bit if you do. Have you guys gotten into sealed game collecting? I started as a passion. Again, I'm not going to say it too many times, but the chat disappears. So every time you see me touch the screen, it's because the chat's disappearing. I started as passion for the art of box or nostalgia, and like a time capsule, sealed and untamed by anyone else. You know, that's cool. That's a good way to look at it, Bros. I pick up sealed games if I come across them, because I mean, it's like, why wouldn't you? If you come across a sealed game in the wild, I mean, they're very valuable, obviously. They look nice on the shelf. I like that kind of the way you approach that, though, the time capsule. That's interesting. I've started doing that with controllers. I've bought 2 new old stock controllers recently, and then I opened them up, though. I'm not keeping them sealed. It's more of, I like, you have a fresh D-pad, and that's key. The D-pads, they just wear out over time, and you got to have a fresh D-pad. And then Lady Foxfire says, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. And Ditch Doctor, that is a good way to look at it. Yeah, it is. So we don't have a lot of sealed games. The thing about picking up sealed games is I don't want to, like, if I get a sealed game that has a lot of value, I don't want to open it up, because it loses all that value. But I've always been kind of a more play what I collect kind of guy. And particularly lately, I've been trying to collect stuff that I'm like nostalgic for, because there's only so much space in one's game room, and there's a lot of pickups out there in the world. And I'm trying to be a little more particular about the things I pick up, and trying to pick them up for, like, for example, the 2 pickups that I just got. And I know I already shared these, but I got Super Smash TV and I got Hook. 2 complete in box Sega Genesis games that I genuinely want to play, and I look forward to. I mean, I've played Super Smash TV before, but this will be a new one. And I just, it's just kind of a change where I'm not getting everything I see, which I was doing there for a while, because it's easy to do that. Lady Foxfire says, I only like sealed games if they're my favorite games and I already have an open copy. Yes, exactly. That's right. If I already have it and I see it out and about, that's totally true. I'll pick it up. I'll usually pick up a sealed game. It's sometimes I look at it like it's a collectible item to have in the collection, and that's a good thing. I have a few, and who knows? Maybe I'll open them up one day. I don't know. That's something I struggle with. And then Ditch Doctor says, COE, sorry, has been answered before, but if you had one last piece of your collection to get rid of, what would it be? If that makes sense. Well, no, I appreciate questions like that. It's nice, especially during these live streams. So that's a good question. I don't think anyone's asked that before. Well, so basically you're asking if I could only have like one section of my collection or like one system, I would be the Genesis for sure. There's no doubt about that. So my first console was the NES, and I have major nostalgia for the NES. I saved up. I've told this on the channel a million years, so just bear with me a little bit if this is me drolling on like I always do. But I saved for. It took me a year. I was probably like 6-7 years old or something, and the NES was out, and I was seeing these commercials, and they were kind of like blowing my mind because I had never really experienced video games before. And the commercials for Mario and Duck Hunt and all this stuff made a major impression on me. And my dad's like, okay, well, if you want an NES, you're gonna buy it. So, oh, okay. So I had this big jar of change that I saved up for a year, and it took me a year, and I got enough, and we went to the store, went to Toys R Us, and I was a little bit short, and my dad's like, no problem, I'll chip in the rest, and I'll even get you a couple games. So we went home on that day, and we had the NES console, we had Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, we had Kung Fu, and we had Top Gun. Those were the games that I started my journey with video games with. And now we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so that was all I had for a really long time, is those three games. So I have major nostalgia for those three games. But then I got a Sega Genesis next. And that's what really took my kind of passion for gaming to a next level. Not only was I a little bit older by that point, all my friends had Super Nintendos. And I was like the guy, that had the Sega. And I always thought Sega was just cool because it had a little more of an edge to it. This, as a kid, that's kind of what you think. There's blood in Mortal Kombat, and Sonic, he's faster and he's got attitude, and so that made a major impression. And now I have so much nostalgia for it. And I played a lot of games because I would go rent them. So there was a Hollywood Video and a Blockbuster that rented Sega Genesis games, and I would play them. Like every game that would come out to the rental store, I would rent, and plenty of late fees were had. I'm missing chat here. I'm sorry, guys. Leonardo, will Leaf ever get Animal Crossing New Horizons? It would be cool if she could do she could do an island visit. Okay. I'm sure she probably will. I know she wants to get it. So I could see her enjoying putting together an island and maybe us sharing it on YouTube or Instagram or something. So thank you, Leonardo. Good idea. And then Kung Fu was a childhood favorite for me. Still have my copy that you had when you were a kid. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, Kung Fu, classic. I love that game. It's hard. Of course, all the NES games are hard. And then Ditch Doctor says, that's awesome. I love these stories. Oh, good. I'm glad. And then that's awesome. Oh, yeah. And then we got a smiley face. Cool. Yep. So definitely Sega Genesis. So what about you guys? What would your answer to that question be? If you had one system, one collection, and that's all you could have, what would it be? I think we had a similar conversation on stream on Twitch recently. And there was a Dreamcast, there was a PlayStation 2. Same here, first console was NES, but once I played Sega Genesis and I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2, there we go. I fell in love with gaming. Wow, that's cool that we have a similar little story arc there with our gaming, Lady Foxfire. That's very cool. Yeah, Sonic 2, pretty amazing at the time. And it still holds up too. Those games are so fun. Toss up between NES and Sega Genesis, but absolutely loving the Switch. The Switch is an impressive console. It's, when I think of the greatest consoles of all time, the Switch has done a good job of getting up on the list, going high. So it's not my favorite, obviously, but it's up there. I know it's not one of the best games out there, but one of my favorite games will always be Wii Sports. I love Wii Sports. The Wii was such an interesting time in gaming. It was kind of its own little, it's, when you look back at the Wii, I know it gets a lot of guff, and understandably so. I don't like motion controls. That's true, except for things like Wii Sports. It's such a unique console, and not something that you're going to be able to emulate very well, I don't think, because of games like Wii Sports. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing chats here. Let's see. Blink says, if I had to pick one item, it would be my copy of Sonic 2. It's the first game I ever remember getting. Opened at Christmas of '93. Sprite says Super Nintendo would be her keeper. Wow, cool. I like that. Yeah, Christmas of '93. That's probably right about when I was getting the same stuff. I have photos of me. I don't know what I think I shared them on Instagram once. It's of both Leaf and I believe, is the photo I shared. And I was getting my Sega Nomad for Christmas. So it was a young coe33 with a lot of hair and getting my Sega Nomad. And then Leaf, who also had a lot of 90s, she had kind of a full perm thing going on. So that was kind of funny. And I don't think she was getting something gaming related, but it was still a cool photo of us on Christmas getting, well, at least I was getting gaming stuff. Who knows what she was getting. And then I have a photo of a Christmas getting a Game Boy as well. So that's really cool, Blink. Okay, let's see. Leonardo, if I could only have one console, I would get the Wii because of the variety of games and the awesome multiplayer experience. Cool. Nice. Yeah, well, you guys know I love me some Wii. I have enough Wii games, huh? Wii Sports is a great social game. It is. I've gotten my older family members to play Wii Sports with me and have a blast. So the Wii is the perfect gap between generations of gamers, where you can get young gamers and old gamers together, and you can play a little Wii Sports or a whole lot of the Wii games are great for that. And then Ditch Doctor says, OG Game Boy for me. My grandmother knew nothing about video games. She bought me Paperboy, knowing I was supposedly getting a Game Boy from Santa. I got Tetris and Super Mario Land on Christmas Day. Oh, that's so cool, Ditch Doctor. I love that. That's amazing. Game Boy, that's another console that I sometimes forget how much nostalgia I have for the Game Boy. But if you guys have seen the upstairs game room, I have that little carrying case. Have you guys seen that I have? That's the hard plastic. It looks like a Game Boy, and it's a Game Boy carrying case. And I had that as a kid. So the one I have upstairs is not the original one that I had, but it is the same style, and I love that thing. And I have it filled up right now with all the games that I had as a kid. So it's like I go up there sometimes. I look at that. I'm like, that's so cool. It's very nostalgic. So yes, Ditch Doctor, I agree. That's very cool. And then Ditch Doctor says, I knew I was getting Game Boy when I got Paperboy. Nice. Yeah, exactly. It's like you get a Game Boy game and you're going to get the hookup. The console's coming next, hopefully. Otherwise, that's going to be kind of a lame Christmas or birthday or whatever. And then let's see here. Okay, I don't want to miss chat from you guys. Leonardo says there was an old ABC News report from 2008 where they talked about how they would use games like Wii Fit in nursing homes to rehabilitate. I think I saw something like that. And what a good use for the Wii. When you think about for me, the Wii, what is it? Wii Fit was actually something that the whole house used, the whole family, and it's kind of a useful tool because it gives you all the biometrics and your weight and everything, and you can play those games and actually get a little bit of workout in. So I think the Wii Fit was actually a really useful kind of blends gaming and fitness. What's been good for that is VR. If you guys have a VR headset, talk about fitness. Oh my gosh, play around at Beat Saber. It's amazing the workout you can get. Oh, this chat is driving me crazy. Not you guys, just the disappearing. And then Bro says, COE, have you played Streets of Rage 4 yet with Mr. X? I have played Streets of Rage 4. I love Streets of Rage 4. I have not played the DLC. And I keep seeing videos pop up on my YouTube feed saying, this DLC makes Streets of Rage 4 the best game ever and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, what's going on with Streets of Rage 4? I played it when it came out and really enjoyed it. I like the gameplay is great. I like everything about it. The art style to me doesn't mesh well with the Streets of Rage, the other, the trilogy. But what are they going to do? I mean, they're not going to do hand-drawn sprite work in this day and age. So it's kind of a losing battle for them. They had to go with something and pick it. So it looks nice. I just, I played those original Streets of Rage games and I love the sprite work so much. And I kind of wish someone would do a little sprite work. And then Blink Room says, I love Beat Saber, amazingly. Beat Saber is absolutely incredible. Nothing gets you, VR can be incredibly immersive. I mean, you put on a VR headset and you get some headphones on, you throw on Beat Saber, and it's wild. I mean, be careful. You'll end up hitting stuff because you forget where you're at. At least I do. It's like, wow, this is it's so immersive. It really is remarkable how far we've come. Although I had an Oculus Quest, and I sold it because I don't like the policies that they're enacting with VR right now with Facebook. So I'm hoping to find a good, a new VR headset that I can replace my VR headset with, because, it's hard because the Quest was is the best headset on the market, and it's cheap too for what it is. And there's really not much competition in that market right now. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled, and yeah, hopefully we'll get something going. And then Ditch Doctor says, I need to get into VR gaming. I'm such a Nintendo fanboy. Yeah, I know the hesitancy there. I think a lot of people, are thinking about getting into it. I would say it's totally worth it. It's a lot of fun. Games that I love for VR, Beat Saber is a must. Everyone was telling me get Beat Saber, and I waited for a long time to get it because it just didn't sound like something that would be that interesting to me. And that all changed when I started playing it. It really is remarkable. The climb is really fun. It's like rock climbing in virtual reality, but the environments are really amazing, and I just love it. It's like you get vertigo almost, climbing some of these tall mountains, and you're up there, and you're dangling from these rocks, and birds are flying by and stuff, and it's pretty wild. I mean, it really is. And then Bro says it's an absolutely amazing. I loved it, and the new DLC makes it amazing. The survival mode is mind bursting. I love the game so much. I have the big box limited run collector's edition and signature edition. Cool. Streets of Rage 4. That's something that I'm gonna pick up the DLC for, and I'm gonna revisit that game because, as I said, I played it when it came out, and I definitely enjoyed it, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it even more this time around. And I'm gonna go into it, and I'm just gonna have fun with it, and maybe try to like be a completionist with the achievements and everything on it this time around. Because I've been doing that a little bit more with some games. Like I was playing Monster Train. Have any of you guys played Monster Train on Xbox Game Pass? And it took me literally months, but they have 25 levels, Covenant levels they call them, and I was able to finally get to level 25 Covenant and beat it and get the credits and everything, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was really one of the more challenging, I think of like challenging gaming kind of hurdles I've overcome. And is it Voltar the Viking? Zoltar? I always forget. I think I have it on Switch. I think it's Voltar, right? The Viking for Switch. That game was crazy hard to beat, and I did it. And Monster Train level 25 Covenant was crazy hard to beat, but I did it. Oh, I'm missing chat here. Okay, Blink Room. Tetris Effect is amazing. Also, yes, Tetris. Yeah, it's funny because I was chatting with who was it? John Riggs on his stream on Twitch, and they started talking about Tetris, and I was trying to remember what's the name of that Tetris game that I played. Yeah, Tetris Effect, wild in VR or even not in VR. Like I actually find I play it just on the TV here quite a bit, and it's pretty amazing. Like they did a good job with that. They really took Tetris to the next level, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. I think it's, my absolute favorite version of Tetris is the Tetris on the Game Boy, but that's more nostalgia talking than anything. I think. I mean, it's a really good version of Tetris, but I think Tetris Effect is the best Tetris experience that we've gotten yet, and I love it. Okay, let's see. Ditch Doctor. How are the survival horror games scary on VR? Yes. I once in a while I'll subject myself to that, but it's pretty terrifying. It really is. It's a good experience. I mean, I don't know if it's like it gets the heart rate going and stuff. So I don't know how healthy that is, but I've played a few of them, and I've enjoyed what I've done. What I've played in VR. I wouldn't say that would be my like go-to first experience. If you're just getting into VR, do not do a survival horror game to start with. Do something casual. Gosh, what would be a good first VR game? Something like real chill, some kind of like, Zen VR game. Definitely not survival horror. And then Blinks. Oh yeah, no, I caught that. Okay, so maybe we should actually do some gameplay. We're chatting so much, huh? Okay, so this play a little. I'm not gonna probably do like a total playthrough. I'm kind of curious to see how this actually looks on the CRT. So this may be a bit of an experiment here, because there's a chance that this is not going to look presentable just switching the camera over. So this is a hack. Now that sound effect is pretty bad in the beginning there. Don't mind that. Okay, so this is a hack of Streets of Rage 2. And it's Streets of Rage 2 Simpsons Edition. And I picked this up at Portland Retro Gaming Expo a while ago. And I can't remember, is this a John Riggs game? I might have picked it up from John Riggs or the Nintendo Doctor. It was either the Nintendo Doctor or John Riggs. So here we go. So basically it's Streets of Rage 2, and everything has been kind of, put through a Simpsons filter. So I really haven't played much of this. So what do we got going on here? We got Homer, we got Marge, we got Lisa, Bart. Oh, and we have some of the classic characters too. Adam. Okay, wow, they got a lot of characters. Huh? Look at all this. Wow. I wonder if you can be like Krusty the Clown. That would be cool. Oh, they even have some of the bosses. Wow, interesting. Mr. Burns. Oh, cool. Smithers. Okay, interesting. Gosh, we should be Mr. Burns. That sounds like fun. Let's be Mr. Burns. All right. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's quite a sprite. Oh, it looks like the CRT's not glitching out too much with the refresh rate, so that's good. Sometimes these can be hard to capture. Yeah, this is funny, huh? Look at this. Oh my gosh. It's a huge sprite. So what kind of special... Oh, he's got a little machine gun or something in his chest there. That's cool. I actually like that. That's fun. Can he jump? Oh, he can't jump. Okay, no jumping, but he's got a machine gun and he's got kind of a two-way punch. I wonder if he has any of the like special moves, like because in Streets of Rage 2 you can like press forward twice and do like uppercuts and all kinds of combos. And then Ditch Doctor, last question about the game room, really quick. Sorry, no, actually I appreciate the questions. These live streams are more about chatting than anything else. So please bring the questions on. I appreciate it. Let's see. Tell me, how can I make my girlfriend into letting me get the sound bar you have? I remember you mean it. Yeah, I remember you meant it in the last video. I know it's not cheap. Yeah, it's $1,000 sound bar, Ditch Doctor. Now, I will say this. First of all, I spent more on the sound bar than I did on the TV, but that's because audio is such an important part of movies and video games, to me at least. And I've wanted to, in this room is perfect setup for like Dolby Atmos because it's a smaller room, and I knew I could bounce the sound off of the ceiling, and I wanted to get, have kind of the Dolby Atmos experience in here. And then the Xbox, I had just picked up the Xbox Series X, so I went ahead and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this 4K TV, and I was trying to be budget conscious, but then with the soundbar, I'm like, well, what can I get that will work in this setup and have Dolby Atmos? And yeah, it's $1,000. So, I don't know. Does your girlfriend like movies? I mean, does she enjoy the cinematic movie-going experience of having, every bullet fly by her head in audio form? Yeah, I'll fly down and explain it to her. Yes, of course. I think it's worth it. It's a good investment. No, it's not. Definitely not investment. That's one area I try not. I spend so much money on electronics, and you really like, I just got a new laptop and the soundbar. And when it comes to like buying old retro video games, that's actually not a bad use of money, because not only do I love them and I hold on to them, but they just go up in value. And it's kind of, I consider it a passion asset. But with things like TVs and sound bars, it's not good in that, but your enjoyment is where you're getting the value out of that. So yeah, good question. All right, we'll switch over. This is interesting, huh, Mr. Burns? I do like the sprite. I wish he jumped, but I guess that was gonna be a little tricky to program in there. These are like fan projects and stuff that people put on. All right, let's see. So far, I mean, all the level is like exactly the same as Streets of Rage 2. I'm not seeing anything real different. Oh, he can't pick up the knives. Oh no. Okay, there's some limitations here. There's so many hacks for Streets of Rage. I mean, it's amazing how many of them there are. I imagine if he can't pick up the knife, he's not gonna be able to pick up the lead pipe either. No. Oh no. I do like the machine gun. That's great. I always thought Streets of Rage would be cool with some more like guns and firearms and stuff. I know Mr. X has a machine gun. Oh, we got extra life. Probably just go through a few levels on this. I don't think I'm gonna do a full playthrough. It'll take a while, but we're just having fun. We're hanging out. What games are you guys playing? Now that I finished Monster Train, I'm gonna start a new game here, probably later tonight. I don't know what though. I'm trying to decide what game I want to play. It's interesting, the machine gun there, that doesn't take away any of my life. So that's probably something I can kind of spam. There's no consequence to using it. So in the normal Streets of Rage 2, when you use, your A attack, your special weapon, you lose a little bit of life. So it kind of prevents you from spamming it. Ditch Doctor says my Switch backlog has gotten bad. I need to open up something. So let's see. So so many limited release games. Yeah, I know. I've avoided, for the most part, picking up a lot of those limited run games because they all look so appealing to me. It seems like a rabbit hole that it's a deep rabbit hole. And I don't think, I always think of like, I have these priorities of games I want to pick up. And the more I add to that wish list, the farther back certain games get. And like just with the Genesis, I've got so many games I want to get. Steel Empire, there's a bunch of shmups that I haven't picked up yet, and I'm always finding new games to pick up. I've been watching a lot of, do you guys watch John Hancock's videos? He does these amazing rankings of Genesis games, and I've really been enjoying those. He's been busting those out for a while now, and it's nice because it's like a deep dive into all the different Genesis games from different publishers. I highly recommend it. I'm sure a lot of my viewers are already subscribed to John Hancock, but if you're not, go over there, subscribe, because he's amazing. He's a very nice guy, and his videos are awesome, and that's been really helpful. Nick's Pick says, I just beat The Legend of Zelda, all from memory, and I am now playing Super Princess Peach. Wow, cool. Legend of Zelda from memory. So the original one on the NES, Nick's Picks. And hi, welcome chat, by the way. Good to see you. Yeah, that's such a good game. I wouldn't mind playing a little Legend of Zelda. That sounds like fun. The Streets of Rage Simpsons edition is a little questionable. No jumping, that's a problem. You can spam your superpower, that's a problem. I love me some Streets of Rage. So I'm on the lookout for Streets of Rage 3. That's kind of the big game that I want to pick up, because so far on Twitch I've played all the way through Streets of Rage 1 and 2. And initially when I started playing the Streets of Rage games, streaming them, I was like, well, I'll play all 3 of them because I thought I had Streets of Rage 3. And I went up there and realized I didn't have it. And I was thinking, that's so weird. Is this one of those games that I knew I had, but I don't? And I went to check to see how much it was on eBay. And it's like a $250 game, which is, prices have gone crazy. So I'm trying to look for a good deal on that. We'll see. Hopefully I can track one down, because it's kind of an essential game to have in the collection. I would love to, at least. But that's cool, Nick's Picks. That's great. Legend of Zelda is awesome. And then Ditch Doctor, my jaw would drop walking into this game. Oh, yeah? Oh, into John Hancock's game room. Yes. The Room of Doom. Well, now he's got the 2 game rooms now. He's got the Room of Doom. And I don't know, does he have a nickname for the new one? I don't know. I don't think he does. But yeah, I would too. No. It'd be amazing to see, huh? He's got, I think, everything. I mean, I know he's got like a complete Sega Genesis collection, and he's got a bunch of complete collections. So, yeah, he's the man. I think John is awesome. I would love to. I don't have room to store any of that stuff. That's the thing. COE says, get the Streets of Rage 3 Sonic hack. You can be Blaze and Axel, and it's cheap. Cool. I'll look into that. Thank you, bro. Let's see. So, Bro Zeb. What's the right way to say, is bro a good short for Bro Zeb? That sounds good to me. Does that work for you? And of course, Sonic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I was just saying that a second ago. It's amazing how many hacks there are of Streets of Rage. I've been watching videos recently of some of the different Streets of Rage hacks, and there's a bunch of them out there. Some pretty crazy ones, too. And then name is Sebastian, so Seb. Bro Seb, there we go. Thank you. I was like, I like knowing the origins of the name and the right way to say it. This comes up a lot when I'm streaming. Bro Seb. I'll try to remember that, okay, Sebastian? Bro Seb. All right. I try my best to remember things like that. Don't always succeed, but I try. And Streets of Rage 3 is 50 for the hack. Yeah. In a box. Oh, that's cool. That's not bad at all, huh? This one I'm playing, the Streets Rage Simpsons edition, I got it at a convention, and it was, I think, $25. Now, it's just a loose cart, but it's not too bad, considering it's kind of like a fan-made thing. I'd imagine, someone put together the sprites, and then they made the cart and printed out some stickers for a label. Now, I will say, the stickers, and this seems to be a common problem with some of these hacks, because I've bought a few of them. Some are better than others, but the top of the label, especially on the Genesis carts, they always come undone. So like every Genesis hack reproduction cart that I've bought, the label kind of just is peeling off on top. And I don't know, maybe I need to like get a little bit of glue or something to try to pin it down. But yeah, it seems to be a common problem. I don't know if it's because the adhesive they use or the carts are so smooth and it's hard to adhere anything to them. But it's definitely a common problem with those. All right. So, well, guys, I think that's probably going to more or less wrap it up. I didn't really have an agenda here. I just wanted to hang out with you guys and say hey. And this is probably going to be something that I do a little more regularly now, because, we're doing the videos on the Game Hunters every Wednesday, and those are every Wednesday at 7. And then, of course, I'm streaming on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I know a lot of people aren't able to go over on Twitch and watch the live streams over there. And a lot of you have asked me to live stream here. And I was doing that before we took our year break from TGH. I started to do that a little bit. And I'll try to incorporate these a little more often. They're going to be a little more informal. Maybe I'll structure them a little bit, but I don't know. It's sometimes easier for me just to sit down and kind of hang out than coming up with a whole plan or anything like that. We'll see. They may evolve. I don't know. You never know with this kind of thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out for a little while tonight. And I certainly enjoyed answering all the questions, everyone. And I really appreciate it. Ditch Doctor, Broseb, Lady Foxfire, and all you guys. Blink. Thank you. So I hope you all have a good night, everyone. I think that's going to be it for the evening. And I'll see you soon. Bye.